Good morning, Memutia, and good morning, classes. So today, our group will present about Chapter 4, Ethics. And the first part will be presented by me, Muhammad Anandarafi. So what is ethics? Ethics is accepted principles of right and wrong that govern the conduct of a person, the members of a profession, and the actions of an organization. We also know about the terms about the business ethics, which are the accepted principles of right or wrong governing the conduct of business people. And we also know about the term ethical strategy refers to a strategy of or a course of action that does not violate these accepted principles. So there are several ethical issues that was the most relevant to international firms. There are 5 ethical issues. The first one is employment practices. Second one is human rights. The third one is environmental regulations. The fourth is corruption, and the last one is the moral obligations of multinational companies. So the first one we will discuss about the ethical issues regarding employment practices. So let's call about work conditions in host nation is inferior to those in home nation. So which standards that should be applied by the company, whether it's host country standards, home country standards, or something in between. The second ethical issues is about human rights. Basic human rights is taken for granted in several developed countries, such as freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of assembly, and also freedom of movement. And now, for the next ethical issues will be discussed by my other friends. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Putri Sanggalangit and I will continue the presentation. How are ethics relevant to environmental regulation? Some parts of the environment are a public good that no one owns but anyone can despoil. The tragedy of the commons occurs when a resource held in a common by all is overused by individuals and resulting in its degradation. Many developed nations' environmental regulations are lacking. Environmental regulations may include emission of pollutants, the dumping of toxic materials, and the use of toxic materials. How are ethics relevant to corruption? Corruption is bad and it may harm a country's economic development, but there are also cases where side payments to government officials can remove the bureaucratic barriers to investment that create jobs. The US Foreign Corrupt Practices Act outlawed the practice of paying bribes to foreign government officials in order to gain business. The Convention on Combating Bribery of Foreign Public Officials in International Business Transactions, adopted by OECD, obliges member states to make the bribery of foreign public officials a criminal offense. How are ethics relevant to moral obligations? Multinational corporations have power that comes from their control over resources and their ability to move production from country to country. With power comes the social responsibility for multinationals to give something back to the societies that enable them to prosper and grow. Social responsibility refers to the idea that managers should consider the social consequences of economic actions when making business decisions. Advocates argue that businesses need to recognize their noblesse oblige, honorable and benevolent behavior that is responsibility of successful companies. What are ethical dilemmas? Ethical dilemmas are situations in which none of the available alternatives seems ethically acceptable. The ethical obligations of a multinational corporation toward employment conditions, human rights, corruption, environmental pollution, and the use of power are not always clear-cut.
I want to explain about why do managers behave unethically. So there are several factors that contribute to unethical behavior. The first one is personal ethics. It is accepted principle of right and wrong governing the conduct of individuals. So managers could fail to question whether the decision is ethical. Instead, they rely on economic analysis when making decisions. The second one is decision-making process. It is the value and norms that are shared among employees of an organization. And then next is organizational culture. It could legitimize unethical behavior or reinforce the need for ethical behavior. And the fourth one is unrealistic performance expectations. When managers face this, they could cut corners or act in an ethical manner. The last one is leadership. Leadership helps establish the culture of an organization, so it becomes the examples of their followers. When leaders are unethically, so their subordinates may act unethical too. The next one is philosophical approaches to ethics. So there are several differences approaches to business ethics, and it is based on their personal philosophy that underlying the moral fabric of the individual.
Hello everyone, my name is Putri Nilam and I'm gonna present three slides about it. The first slide is about the Stroman approach to business ethic. There are four things that I will explain later. The first one is Friedman Doctrine. Friedman Doctrine is they say that the only social responsibility of a business is to increase their profit. So as long as their business is staying low, then it is fine. The second one is cultural relativism. Cultural relativism means that ethics are culturally determined, and firms has to adopt the ethics of the culture in the new country. And the third one is Rightus Moralis. Rightus Moralis means a multinational home country standards of ethics should be followed in foreign country. And the last one is Naif Moralis. Naif Moralis means if a manager of a multinational see that firms from other nations are not following ethical norm in a host nation, that manager should not follow it either. All approach offer inappropriate guideline for ethical decision making. So the next slide is about Kantian and utilitarian approach to business ethics. The first one is utilitarian. Utilitarian means the moral worth of action or practice is determined by their consequences. Actions are desirable if the good consequences is bigger than the bad consequences. But the thing is, it is difficult to measure the benefit, cost, and risk of some action, and the approach is sometimes failed to be considered as justice. And the second one is Kantian ethics. Kantian ethics is made by Immanuel Kant, and it means that people should be treated as ends and never purely as means to the ends of others. So the last one is about right theory. Right theories means human beings have a fundamental right and privilege which transcend national boundaries and cultures. It means that it is established a minimum level of morally acceptable behavior. So this theory says that human or manager should always follow that minimum level of morally acceptable behavior to make decision in everything that include ethical component.
Hello everyone, my name is Robbie and now I'm going to continue our presentation about justice theories. Justice theories tells us about focus on the attainment of a just distribution of economic goods and services. A just distribution is one that is considered fair and equitable. John Rawls argued that all economic goods and services should be distributed equally, except when an unequal distribution would work to everyone's advantage. Impartiality is guaranteed by the veil of ignorance, that is, everyone is imagined to be ignorant of all his or her particular characteristics.
Hello, my name is Dimas Kusuma Putra and I want to talk about implication of the managers due to the ethics in international business. From an ethical perspective, how do managers determine the moral obligation that flow from the power of multinational and make sure that ethical consideration figure to international business decision? There are 5 things that managers can do. The first one is hiring and promotion. Managers must ensure that they do not recruit people who are having a negative impact on the company. Besides that, managers must be able to provide promotion for the employee who have good performance. The second one is decision-making process. Managers must make decisions that are able to satisfy or benefit all stakeholders, both external and internal. The third one is ethics officer. Managers must ensure that the company and its employees continue to work according to the acceptable ethics and regulations. The fourth one is organizational and cultural leadership. Business and managers of the company itself must emphasize ethics at work, not just reminding, but also doing it. And the last one is moral courage. Managers must be able to provide moral courage to their employee in order to be able to become people of integrity and able to report any unethical actions.
So some ethics experts propose a straightforward practical guide to determine whether a decision is ethical or not. So you can ask yourself these 3 questions to consider if the decision is acceptable in ethical grounds or not. The first question is, does my decision fall within the accepted values or standards and environmental, such as code of ethics or corporate statement? And the second is, am I willing to see the decision communicated to all stakeholders affected, such as through newspaper or television? And the third is, would the people with whom I have a significant personal relationship, such as family, friends, or even managers in other business, will approve the decision? If these 3 questions can be answered by yes, it means that your decision can be considered as ethical. Beside the 3 questions that I've mentioned before, there are another method to respond the ethical problems. There are the 5 steps which which the first one is we have to identify which stakeholder will get affected in a decision and in what ways it is affected. The company will face two kind of stakeholders, internal and external. Internal stakeholders refers to the people who work or own the business, such as employee, board of directors, and stakeholders. Besides, the external stakeholders refers to the individuals or group that have claim on firms, such as customer or suppliers. So in this first step, the company should apply stakeholder analysis by using moral imaginations, which means standing in the shoes of stakeholders and asking how a proposed decision might impact to the stakeholders. And then in the second step is determine whether a proposed decision would violate the fundamental rights of any stakeholders. The third step requires managers to establish moral intent. This means that the business must resolve the moral concern ahead other concern, whether is related to fundamental rights of stakeholders or key moral principle that have been violated. Also, the contribution from the top managers is very important to help the lower level in overcoming the ethical problem. Then the step 4 requires the company to engage in ethical behavior. The last step, or the step 5, requires the business to regularly audit its decision, like reviewing the decision and make assessment if the decision is still consistent with the ethical principle or not.